Okay, Coach. Well, a couple days into practice, obviously, what's been the biggest improvement from day one?
Well, I like how our guys are competing. Each day's been a little bit more physical. Guys are understanding how to play in pads and still play smart. When you're just in half pads, we don't want guys on the ground, and it's rare that it happens, and that's a good thing. Yet we're still flying around, playing pretty fast. I liked, our one-on-ones, how we competed today. Guys are physically challenging each other, and you're seeing some guys step up and make plays.
Is it too early, or are you starting to see guys maybe separate themselves a little bit now?
It's still early, but again, you're seeing guys step up and make plays, and that's what gets you encouraged as a coach. You see some flashes of guys. To me, it's who's going to do that on a consistent basis. So, today, Miles Carr showed up and did some good things. I like what Damari Scott, Kendrick Williams. Some guys are making plays, but they got to do it on a consistent basis.
You guys keep telling them, though, what the expectations are, right? So each day they know what they need to
practice
and mentally.
Absolutely. And to me, the guys who are going to be playing for us, at the end of the month, are the guys that are going to be the day in, day out, every single day guys that show up and make plays.
Coach, is there one thing before we get to the scrimmage on Saturday specifically that you'd like to see improve? Maybe the one thing that's lacking so far up to
Well,
this point?
it's a little bit hard to say, Tommy, just because we're not in full pads yet. Tomorrow will be our first padded day. I want to see, how we're going to tackle. Right now we're thudding, and so there's quick whistles. You don't really get a chance to see who's making someone miss and who's getting exposed in space. So we'll have a little bit better indication tomorrow, and as we keep going through Saturday. So I think that'll be a big indication. And then again, the quarterback situation, who's making the right decisions.
Who do you like so far in that group? Are they all still doing good things for you?
Everyone's doing good things. As to be expected, the older guys a little bit further along, a little bit more mature. But we got some talent in the younger guys, so we're going to all get in reps.
Different dynamic to have half the practice at Bulldog Stadium today?
Yeah, we want to protect our fields. Our grounds crew's done a nice job of having that field ready. But when you go every single day, especially when we start getting into two-a-days on that field, it'll get chewed up if we don't, take care of it. So, it's a blessing having this field turf in here. We can get a lot of our individual work done outside with a ton of space and come in here and do most of our team work.
What is the plan for tomorrow with full pads? How physical is it going to be?
Well, we'll obviously step it up a little bit. We've done a nice job the last couple days in half pads of being physical, but tomorrow we'll have some periods where it'll be, live, and we'll have some tackling periods, and probably start the day off with some bulldog drill just to see physically who'll get after each other.
How do you view the running back situation? Do you think Scobie might be able to push Waller and Meisenheimer?
It's too early to say right now. I really like our depth. I think, not counting Kurt, we've got 4 guys that we feel good about, and so it's going to be hard for a young guy to break in. But as we get into full pads and get into chances where he can make some guys miss potentially, that's when we'll be able to see, can he do it? Can he really protect? Those are the 2 big things we ask of our running backs. Can you take care of the football? Can you protect?
At what point do you start looking and focusing on USC and shifting away from specifically you guys?
Well, we won't start into USC prep until probably the day of school or the day after school. Right now, we're just installing all of our base schemes for the year. We have some stuff in that obviously are in our base and we're running this USC, but we'll start focusing on them about a week and a half out.
How do you feel about your line play, defensive, offensive line? I know that it's without full pads, you don't know for sure.
Yeah, it's still a little bit hard to say, but I like how we're competing. I think on both sides of the ball, our guys have improved. We're getting some good physical play, both sides of the ball. I like our first unit on the offensive line. We're not deep enough in our second offensive line right now, but I'm confident Coach Norcross will get those guys going.
And then I saw Duran taking some punts after practice yesterday. You guys trying to try to figure out who the punt returner is going to be?
Yeah, we got a handful of guys right now that are catching before and after practice, and again, it's got to be who do we feel confidence in that are going to make the catch. We trust Duran, in a lot of things, and I think he can be explosive with the ball in his hands. But we've got a couple other guys back there competing with him.
Yeah, Curtis Riley seemed like he wants that job too.
Yeah, I think he'd like to, and I think he'd do a good job. But again, we're charting every single day, and who's consistent in making the right decisions and making catches. And then once we start getting some scrimmage situations, who can make people miss.
Thanks, Coach.